Okay. Hello, everyone. My name is Jessica Ledbetter. I'm a personal trainer. I have my own business here in town, Ledbetter Personal Training. I'm also a published author of Real Talk with Real Fit Pros. Have 3 kiddos, and that's about it. That's the gist of it. So I want to start off with a verse, Jeremiah 29:11. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not harm you, plans to give you hope and a future. So always know that everything you go through, especially the hard and difficult times, all of the struggles, will grow you as a person and teach you a valuable lesson in your future, and that there's a plan for you. Even if you don't know it right now, I didn't know my plan until I was 25. I had no idea what I was put on this earth for, what I was supposed to be doing with my life. But I do believe there is power in sharing your story, so I'm going to share some of my story with you today. The good, the bad, the ugly, all of that. And I just pray that it'll give you hope that your current situation is not your final destination. And where you are now does not have to be your forever. But it's up to you, because your lifestyle and your choices, they're exactly that. They're yours. No one else can make your choices for you. No one else can determine your future for you. So I'll get on with it. I'm going to read you my chapter out of here, chapter 3. It was nearing the end of 2020 and I had no hope left. As I sat at home in isolation with my 3 kids during COVID, I looked around and really absorbed how sad my life was. The house was a wreck, dishes filled the sink, my kids' toys and clothes were all over the place, and I wanted to clean, but I couldn't just get myself up to take care of anything. My mental health was at its lowest, and I had been diagnosed with postpartum depression. Does anyone know about postpartum depression? You do up there? Okay. Yeah, so after you have a baby, you can get what's called postpartum depression or postpartum anxiety, and it's just really out of your control. You know, you're in a deep, dark place, and it's hard to pull yourself out of that. And that's where I was at that point in time. So we had been quarantining, and my husband worked out of town. I had no help and no support system. My baby was only 3 months old, and my older daughters were 4 and 5. There was constant crying, fighting, and chaos in my house, and I found myself responding poorly. I felt like an awful mother, and it was hard. It was time for me to take a hard look in the mirror and make some changes, if not for me, but for my children. Do any of y'all have siblings? More than 2? Oh man, I bet your house is crazy sometimes, right? Yeah? Man, I have 3 kids and it gets wild. Somebody's always crying, fighting, you know, something's going on always. So I myself grew up in a very toxic household. At the age of 5, I witnessed my mother go into labor at home, place my brother into a trash bag, and then she shortly after passed away herself. So I was 5 years old. That's what I grew up with. My mom.
Wait, is that your book?
That's in my book, yeah.
You wrote it?
Do what?
Is that like your book? Like
Yeah, I wrote this, yes.
You wrote it?
Mm-hmm.
Did you make hella money?
A little bit, not hella. So I make more money doing the business though. So if you guys want to make money, make sure you take care of your education and get out there, start your own business. That's the way to go. That's what worked for me. But shortly after that, after losing not only my mom, but my brother too, my dad abandoned me. He left me with my grandmother. He said, I can't handle it. You can take care of her. And he was in his own depression at that point in time. So I grew up moving between my family members' homes. And I had no idea what a family looked like, right? I had no idea what a healthy lifestyle looked like. I didn't have any kind of role modeling in my life. So at this point, after I was diagnosed with the postpartum depression, I started looking into options on how I could manage that, right? Because I felt so awful. I felt like I was poor mom. My kids were acting up and I would just snap at them, yell at them. And that was not who I wanted to be, right? So I started looking into options. How can I do this naturally? How can I do this without going to the doctor and being put on medication or anything like that? And everything that I read, every research that I read, be active, right? Start working out, move your body, eat better food. And so that's what I did. And it was hard. I'm telling you, that first time I worked out, I was 250 pounds. I couldn't work out for 5 minutes. I was huffing and puffing. I felt like I was going to die. And I stayed consistent with it though, because I knew, like, I really want to make a lifestyle change for myself. And the only way for me to do that is to keep pushing on, right? And so at first it was hard. With time, got a little bit better. Eventually, I'm working out 30, 40 minutes at a time. I'm feeling good. I'm weighing in. I lost some weight. I was like, okay, I'm feeling a little more confident, moving a little better, breathing better, all of these things. And I just kept on with that journey. One of my friends had said, what you can do is listen to something positive, something motivational in the mornings. First thing, whenever you get up, turn on a YouTube video, 5 minutes. It doesn't matter how long it is. Just something positive to start your day in the right way. So I thought, well, that's pretty dumb. I don't want to get on YouTube first thing in the morning and watch a motivational speech, but I did it anyway. And over time, that started to rewire my mind, right? I wasn't thinking, oh, poor me, having these negative thoughts about myself. I was feeling more confident and feeling a lot more motivated, right? So mindset, workouts, nutrition, all of those things together, that's fitness. And whenever you work on those things, it can really change your life. In about April of 2021, my oldest daughter started her first season of T-ball. Anybody play T-ball, baseball? Any players in here? All right, I see you. Anybody else? No? Cool. Okay, so they needed a coach. They're like, we're not going to be able to do T-ball this year if we don't have somebody volunteer to coach. And all of those videos I had been watching were talking about get out of your comfort zone, do something uncomfortable because that's going to help you grow as a person. And so that little voice in my mind telling me, I guess I should coach. It's really uncomfortable. I've never coached T-ball before, but maybe I should. And so I emailed, I said, I'll coach the team. That was the best decision I ever made in my whole life. I'm telling you, I was going through my own personal growth. I was working out, I was eating right, I was losing weight, I was feeling good. But on top of that, I was coaching these little 5-year-old kids and they were bad, man. Some of them couldn't even hit the ball off of the tee when we first started. It was horrible. But I was watching them grow through the season. And by the end of that T-ball season, we were second in our league for the whole thing. And it was awesome just seeing how far they had come and feeling in my heart how far I had come. I was seeing the parallel, and that's whenever God put it on my heart to do this, for real, like to become a coach, to have my own business, and to help people with their fitness. So that's why I do what I do, and a little bit of my story that got me to where I am. And I want to share with you guys, first I'm going to ask a question. Whenever you're frustrated, like you're going through a lot, how do you cope with that? Does anyone want to share?
I watch TikTok.
You watch TikTok. Okay, you kind of shut your brain off and you just watch stuff. And okay, that's one way. Anybody else want to share one of their coping mechanisms? Madden? Okay, same thing, kind of turning off that brain. What's up? Exercise. Yes, sir. That's a good one. That's what I'm going to talk to you about. Hop on the game. Yeah, I feel you. Okay. Anyone else want to share something that they do for their coping when they're stressed out? What do? I exercise, man. I hit the weights. I get the heaviest ones I can get, and I just let out that frustration in the weight room. That's what I do. Man, and there's nothing like it. What's my squat? I can squat over 300. I got big old legs, strong lady. So, yes, whenever you're feeling some kind of way, if you're going through a lot, you're frustrated, you're stressed out, whatever, exercise is such a good outlet for that. If you get in the gym and you lift some weights, you don't even have to lift weights. If you're a runner, you can go outside, go for a run. I promise you, every time you do that, when you get done, you're going to feel better than whenever you started, no matter what. It's chemically in your brain. You are going to produce endorphins that are going to help you feel better about whatever situation was stressing you out in the first place, right? So do I have any athletes in the room? I know I got a baller up there. What do you do? Volleyball and track. Oh, I have a little track runner myself. What about you right here? Football, okay. Football, lots of footballers. All right, y'all got to start lifting, man. I know you said exercise, so. Basketball. Okay, lots of athletes, good. So do you just do your sport whenever you're at practices and stuff, or are you training on the days that you're not at practice? On the weekends? Okay, cool. Anybody else go outside of practice times? Okay, yeah, I feel you. Push-ups in your room, nice. My daughter does that. My middle, she's 7. Man, she can out-push up me. She's good at those things. So, yeah, in order to be great, do any of you guys want to go to college for your sport or go like pro? Yeah? Baseball? No? Football? Okay, yeah. So in order to be great, we have to train on those days off too. You can't just train whenever your coaches are yelling at you, right? You have to take it on yourself. You have to be disciplined. Discipline is a huge part of fitness, right? Because there's not always going to be somebody there to tell you, go to the gym. Nobody tells me, get up and go to the gym. When you're an adult, people will not. Like, you have to be disciplined and you have to be holding yourself accountable to getting your workouts in and getting these things done. So you guys that want to go to college and do these cool things with your sports, make sure you're getting those workouts in and getting that time in on the field or whatever outside of your normal practice times. It's going to do you good in all of the areas of your life. Okay, I'm seeing a lot of hot chips, some Doritos, a lot of a lot of snacks in here with the dyes and the carbs and all that stuff. Somebody tell me, what's up? Today's your cheat day? Okay. All right. Somebody tell me on a normal day, what kind of breakfast are you having in the mornings? Skip breakfast? Lots of y'all older kids probably skip. Okay. Cereal? You eat sugary cereal or are you eating that Raisin Bran? Sugary cereal? Yeah. It's okay every once in a while to have something sweet or bad, but you want to try to focus on having healthier options more frequently. What's up? You just eat whatever you're given? Yeah. It's hard when you're a kid because sometimes it is like, it's whatever your parents have got for you. You know, it's whatever you got in the house. It's whatever you're not really in charge of buying your own groceries. So more of what I'm going to focus on is like portion control, right? When y'all eat dinner, who goes back and gets a second plate? Growing boys, okay? Okay. Something that I say in my house is we eat for survival, we eat for our needs, we don't eat for our wants. Just because that looks good doesn't mean you have to have it, right? Because all of the things that look good are usually full of sugar, full of fats, full of all that stuff that's going to make you gain weight. And right now, y'all are young. Y'all are got the good metabolism and burning off energy like nothing. But when you get older, it does catch up to you. It really does. And then the last thing is mindset. That's all I'm going to go into on nutrition. But mindset-wise, like I said, the positive video in the mornings makes a huge difference. If you're struggling, if you're feeling depressed, if you're going through hard times and you just want to rewire your mind to think about yourself differently, do the positive video in the mornings, even if it's just 5 minutes, 2 minutes, I don't care. You don't even have to look up a video. You can look up a quote. You can look up a Bible verse. I'm sure, do all of y'all have cell phones? Everybody in here? Yeah? So you can look up things on your phone, look up a positive thing. Is anyone pretty religious? You like Bible verses? Bible verses are the best, man. You can find some positive scripture out there to get you through your things. My favorite Bible verse? I don't think I have one. Yeah, I don't think I have one. I like them all. There's been a lot. I think I have this jar at home that one of my friends made me a long time ago, and it has a bunch of little folded up papers with different Bible verses on it. And so sometimes, like on the days I don't want to watch the video, I'm not really feeling that or whatever, I just pull one out of the jar and read whatever verse is on there. And that's kind of how I do mine. But yeah. Something positive like that, Bible verse, scripture, quotes, videos, songs even. There are some positive songs out there that can really make you feel uplifted. Does anyone have a positive song or artist that speaks positively in their songs that y'all think of? Okay. All right. I was going to say Polo G. Anybody listen to him? No? Yeah, Polo G. Live in the flesh. I'm old, so I still like him, but he's got some positive lyrics for sure. Sometimes when I'm feeling it, I'll listen to him, and chorus will hit a chord. So mindset. Workouts, nutrition, mindset. Does anyone have any questions? No? Y'all have been really vocal. Thank you for talking with me today. I really appreciate it. I'm so grateful to be here and get the opportunity to talk to you guys and just kind of share a little bit of my life and my journey, because it's been a tough one. And I'm just really grateful for the things God has done in my life to show me my purpose and put me in this position where I am now, because I never imagined that I would be here. Knowing that my mom died when I was 5, and my dad, he was in and out of prison my whole life. Like, I didn't have a chance. I could have went off on a really bad path. But the way things turned out for me, God put me right where he needed me to be, and I'm just so grateful for that, because I have this opportunity to be here today and share with you, and that's what it's all about, right? We're supposed to be here for each other and help each other along, and I'm just so grateful for that. So, I don't know what time it is. I feel like I'm talking really fast. When you're done, you're done. Are you sure? I would love for you guys, you can ask me anything you want. I'm an open book. I am none of the above. So, I am religious. I have a relationship personally with God, but I don't particularly have a specific religion that I fall into. I just believe God is love, and that in order to be the kind of person God wants you to be, you just have to love and care for the people around you. That's my belief system, and it has worked for me. Whenever you put out the good comes back, and you love your neighbors, and everything works out. I go to church. Yeah, I don't call myself like Baptist or Catholic or anything like that. I just know God as my friend, you know. And for me, it's not important to be defined into a specific religion. It's just important what's in your heart. So, yeah. But when I was a kid, like I said, I bounced between different family members' homes, right? So I went to a Baptist church, I went to a Mormon church, I went to a Methodist church. I went to all kinds of different churches when I was a kid. I would oftentimes go to church with my friends, and they went to different kinds of churches. And really, all of the religions, it comes back to the same thing, you know, love God, love your neighbors. And so that's what I believe. Does anybody else have anything? What's my bench? Not as heavy, dude, not as heavy. I can only bench 115. 115 pounds. Yeah. You do 105? Dang, man. Boys are strong. I have this client, he'll bench like 3 plates on each side, 3 45s on each side. He's strong. It's a workout. I'm sitting there spotting him, and I'm thinking to myself the whole time, man, if he fails this press, I don't know if I can pull it off of him, you know. But he hasn't failed it. He's got it every time, so. 180? All right, strong man. Okay, so I have this saying in the gym, like, women are stronger in our legs because we have to carry pregnancies, and men are stronger in their arms because they have to carry the mamas and the babies, right? So That's just something funny that I say to my clients all the time, because a lot of people will say like, oh, well, I'm just really strong in my upper body, but not my legs. That's something men will often say. And then women are always like much stronger in their legs than they are in their arms. So, yeah. I do have a husband. I have a husband, I have my 3 kids, and I got 3 kids. My kids are 4, 7, and 9. I have 3 girls. My house is crazy, I'm telling you. What? No, I'm 29. I'm still in my 20s. I'm holding on to that too. I was 20. My oldest kid is 9. I had her when I was. Yeah, had her. Like I said, I lived a crazy life. It wasn't. I did not expect that this is where I would be. You know, with my parents and my story, how it was. I made some bad decisions when I was young. I dropped out of college my freshman year, and I got pregnant with my oldest daughter that year. And so I had to go back to school after I already had kids, which was a struggle. So you guys make good decisions, because everything you do impacts your future.
Wait, so is that the only book that you write?
I'm working on some other stuff. That's the only one that's published for now. But Real Talk with Real Fit Pros. Yeah. It's just about my story, just what I told you guys today. It's about like my childhood, how I grew up, how I never, like for real, when I was a kid, I ate Hot Pockets and ramen noodles, and that was like the extent of my diet. That was it. My grandmother worked night shifts at Walmart, and so when I would get off the school bus, my grandmother would be leaving to go to work, and it was kind of fend for yourself, and I didn't really know how to cook. I'm like 7 years old, you know, so I would pop a Hot Pocket in the microwave or pop a ramen noodle in the microwave, and that's what I ate. And so I never had like proper nutritional guidance whenever I was young. So that's a big part of the book, is how I got to where I was with my health and how I changed my health moving forward. What's up? Nah, I don't eat noodles. I eat protein pasta. Sometimes I have cheat days, you know. I have 3 kids, like we have birthday parties, I'm gonna have a piece of that cake, you know. Whenever we have celebrations, like my kids do all kinds of things. I have one that's a competitive gymnast. Whenever she does well, we like to go out and celebrate. We'll have dinner somewhere.
So like, what did you eat today? Like,
I have protein shake in the mornings, and I add mushroom coffee to my protein shakes. I know, that sounds weird. You're doing the eyebrow? Yeah, it sounds weird, but like lion's mane mushrooms and chaga mushrooms are really good for your energy and your focus. So I add that. I add collagen and I add creatine. That's my breakfast every day. For lunch, I usually have like a little yogurt and then some sort of protein like tuna or turkey wraps, yeah, stuff like that. And I have not had dinner. I've not made it that far today. But I also drink like a huge 64 ounce of water every day. Who in here is making sure, like, are you intentional with your water intake? You athletes, you better make sure you're staying hydrated. Yeah. Only one? Is that what you said? One of those size? You're crazy, dude. You need like 8 of those.
I drink like 4 of those little ones too.
I'm going to need you to take that amount of water and double it. That's okay. You will be peeing a lot, for real. For the first couple weeks of making sure your body is hydrated, you will be going to the restroom a lot, but your body gets used to it and your body retains it better, and you're not eventually. I definitely used to run to the restroom a lot, not as much anymore. So you definitely want to stay hydrated. Not so many sodas, pop, things like that. Juice is okay in moderation. I know, I see you. Juice is okay in moderation. Gatorade, stuff like that, but you want to have a focus on your water intake. That is so important, and I think so many people, their health suffers because they're not staying hydrated, right? So make sure you are staying hydrated. Your kidneys will thank you later. Your kidneys, yes. Your kidneys, they're an organ in your body. Well, they're kind of like right here. You feel your kidneys in your back. So if you're ever like hurting right there, it's a sign of like an infection or dehydration, kidney stone. Yeah. So make sure you're drinking plenty of water, flushing out those kidneys, keeping your body healthy. Any more questions? Y'all are tired up there. That brings me to another point. I see you yawning. How many hours do y'all get for your sleep at night? Oh, I'm jealous. At 8? That's when my kids go to bed. What? You had school today. Why did you go to bed at 1 o'clock? Gaming. Madden. I know it now. Madden. You just didn't want to. You guys over here, how many hours do you sleep every night? What time's your bedtime? 9 o'clock? You look like you're lying. When do you really go to bed? I'm a mother. I can see these things. Okay. All right. So do please make sure that you're getting plenty of rest at night, because that does impact you other places too, and that's part of your fitness. If you don't get rest, you're going to be cranky. You might have some altercations the next day because you're not feeling rested. You never know, right? So having rest is really important. It's also part of your recovery, because bodies need recovery. You athletes out there that are working your bodies, you have to have recovery time for your body to build back to its strongest state, and making sure that you're sleeping well at night is a big part of that, okay? So my kids, they're young. I make them go to bed at 8, but when they get a little older, we'll probably push it to 9, just because 8 seems so early sometimes. Yeah, well, yeah, the sun right now, it's like still daylight outside when I make them lay down. It's been a struggle since the time change. Do you guys struggle with that when the time changes? It's so weird in the morning when you go to school. It's like dark one day and then it's like light the next day, you know? Yeah, it's crazy. It's an adjustment, yeah. Okay. Any more questions or anything?
She shared a lot about two aspects of health, spiritual health and physical health, and they both are tied together, and it's best to pay attention to them.
They are. And back to how I started this thing, I truly believe everybody has a purpose in this universe. You don't know what it is right now. When I was a kid, I had no idea. I never imagined I would be a personal trainer. I'm telling you, I was a chunky kid. I did not like sports. I was like a nerd. I was in band and stuff like that. I was not an athlete like you guys. I had no idea that this was in my future. Most of the personal trainers I know have always known that they loved fitness since they were young. Like, I have this friend in Dallas that trains professional athletes, and he was a football player himself, you know, so he knew from a younger age, like, he loved football and he loved coaching people, and that's what he was going to do. Not me. I never knew. That was something that came later in life through my own journey. And so I just want you to know, if you ever feel lost about what your purpose is in this world, it's there. And it might sneak up on you and hit you like a truck, but it's there, and God has a reason for each one of you people. So go out, share some love, make sure you're taking care of yourself, because you can't be your best self if you're not taking care of your fitness and your spiritual health, your nutrition, everything, right? So thank you guys for listening. What's up? I didn't hear you. What'd you say? A multi-millionaire. Okay, start your own business then. A YouTuber? Those people get paid a lot. You know, I get paid for posting on Facebook. That sounds like an old person. Y'all probably use. Yeah, Facebook pays me. I don't know what y'all would call famous. I don't have like, how many followers? I have like 6,000 on Facebook. How much do I get paid? Like about $80 to $100 a month. Nothing crazy, but I make a lot of money in my business, so it's just kind of a nice little free bonus. I don't really have to work for it. I just kind of post about fitness and lifestyle, and people like it, and it makes a little extra money. But there are people on TikTok and YouTube and stuff, they don't even have to work because they're making all their money off of their social media platforms. So it's a good idea. If you're really serious about it, I would start making a business plan, making some kind of plan of action for you to take to get there. Because All y'all said y'all have a phone. You can start now. Are you already posting?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
No, he don't. He don't post nothing but.
Man, she is snitching on you. All right.
Yeah, thanks for coming, guys.
Yeah, thank you guys. I appreciate it.